Virgin River. Brought my boys here to explore and have a fun adventure before I have to go to court on Thursday over the completely unnecessary and ridiculous fighting that my ex started. It is just a reflection of our entire marriage. Drama and more drama. The guy's addicted to drama. He's addicted to turmoil. And no matter how hard I would work to find peaceful solutions to everything, he just wanted to beat people up and cause problems. If it was peaceful, it wasn't good enough. My perspective is the perfect depiction of the world at large. Good versus evil. Evil people want to fight, they want to hit, they want to cause drama and cause problems, and they want to call it good and for a good cause. And good people are saying, no, it's not necessary actually. We can do things differently, and let's try something new. Let's try something different. And a lot of us peace seekers are getting really burned out and exhausted with trying to keep these demonic possessed people at bay. And fighting them is not the solution. Adding fire to fire is just making bigger fire. And to convince people of that is extremely difficult and exhausting, but it is common sense. And they're using our children to beat us down, taking our kids from us and giving them to mentally ill, psychotic people to raise, which on the physical plane makes 0 sense, and in a spiritual realm, that's how the bad guys are trying to take us down. And I say bad guys being the opposite of what we're standing for. We stand for love and for peace and tranquility. And we know that is the most delicious way to tap into our powers, is to focus on love and good feeling things. When you feel good, you have health. That's how we know that that's the answer. When you don't feel good, when you're focused negatively, then we get sick. We don't feel good. We have pain. So of course, when they're coming after our children, it's kind of difficult because, we make our argument, we take our stand on like, okay, I'm a good parent, I'm this or that, like, whatever. But in the end, if they choose to, for ridiculous, always from my discernment so far, ridiculous reasons, we choose to give our kids over to like horrendous living situations just because that person might have they have a bed per child, or they have a more quote-unquote normal living environment. This is what a child psychologist just gave my lunatic ex with serious anger problems, which I'm hoping we can get him help for. But a child psychologist, a person that supposedly cares about children and has their best interests in mind, just gave primary residence, and that's what she's going to recommend. I'm finding really cool rocks here, and I'm going to eventually find some jewelry out of them for me, or make it myself. I have energy to do that. So, the child psychologist just kept himself in business, and I'm not saying he did it intentionally. He may not even realize, because this guy is like a loon, and there's only constant turmoil at that house. Like behind closed doors, what you're gonna find is drama and just fighting and complaining and just never ending insanity. And my kids lie and pretend like that's not what's going on in the house. Of course, it's not always going on, but it's going on regularly enough to drive any healthy person insane. And at least a minimum make you extremely tired. My friend's rapidly losing power. It's very annoying. Anyways, so I was a stay-at-home mom for years. I didn't have a way to generate an income because I was focusing on, or I generated income because I was focusing on my kids. And I supported him in building his business. So in order for me to be able to stay home, I found a way to do that. So that means my children in my home are supervised 24 hours a day and cared for 24 hours a day. At his house, they're going to be raised by strangers. He's going to be gone most of the time. And he's going to be irritable the rest of the time because the 5 minutes he's home from work before the kids have to go to bed. Like, it's insanity. Like, this is not sustainable. The guy's going to lose his crap and beat the crap out of one of my kids. And maybe even to the point of leaving them damaged severely, permanently, and or dead. And this is what a child psychologist made as the choice in a custody evaluation. So I don't know if it's just psychology that's broken or if it's the evaluation process in of itself. But he just put my kids in danger. So, okay, I have to be at peace with whatever it is. And the truth of the matter is, I'm tired and I need breaks. And I was going to get them with nannies in Mexico. But Dad didn't want that. So he fought me. And I tried my best to prove my concerns. But my kids lied to the psychologist, and so did my ex. And my little kids that tell the truth, they told me, we did tell Mommy, we told you. Yeah, my little kids told me that Dad's hitting them and scaring them and breaking stuff at the house. Unfortunately, they don't believe the professionals, whatever, at law, in the know and in the trust of the government won't just believe my word. And when I was married to my ex, I never called the police because I was afraid he would get deported. He was illegally in the country at the time. And I was afraid I was not going to be able to take care of my kids. So I just handle the situation the best I could by, like, getting the kids out of the room, barricading ourselves in a room while what's-his-bucket lost it for a while, then you'd get over it. And I didn't even really know you could call the cops for something like your spouse or a person is yelling and screaming and throwing things that I know of. That's not something that most people call the cops on, but apparently we need to. And hopefully I can convince my kids, or hopefully I have convinced my kids to do that, because now if Dad doesn't learn, the only ones that can save my kids is them, and hopefully they'll do it and be able to do it as far as telling on him before someone gets severely injured or dead in one of Dad's rages. I do believe that everything happens for a good reason, and that we're here learning from our experiences, and if the worst comes of it, then there's a learning opportunity in that. So if he hits one of my kids severely enough to where they end up dead, oh hey, go check out over there, it's like super cool. Try to get my kids away from me so they don't hear what I'm saying, and they cannot hear what I'm saying from where they're at, by the way. But oh yeah, there's a trail. Nice. So hopefully we're gonna err on the side of Dad's gonna learn and get better before some serious damage happens that'll end up with them killed or him and him in prison for the rest of his life. You don't hit kids as discipline because you can severely damage people, and even just regular spanking has shown to leave kids brain damaged. It's crime against children to leave them under the care of somebody that hits. But apparently a child psychologist thinks it's perfectly fine just because, I share a room with my kids and I have rooms rented out to people. I never leave my kids alone, period, ever, with any of my renters. And yeah, it's a little different. So what? That's actually good for kids. And so my kids are in school now. They were homeschooled most of their life. And yeah, they're gonna get some friends that are judgmental and mean and whatever, that might be like, oh, look at how you live, this kind of thing. But guess what? That's when my kid's gonna go, oh, look at you, you're a gross human being that I don't want actually around me. And now I just discovered that, because cool people don't make fun of people. We all live differently. Some people have two dads. Some people only have one parent. Some people don't have any parents. They have their grandparent chosen in. Sup? Love it. Not entirely. Okay, if that's supposed to be for taking out hooks, I don't totally destroy it. You guys should go explore over on that beach because it's really cool over there. Look at mommy. Go over there and see it real quick before we go, because you're going to miss out on some pretty cool. Go check out that beach over there. That might be better for fishing. We're fishing. Well, the boys are fishing. And I'm helping them. And Yaku, my baby, is asleep on my back. Oh, Mason. Mason! Oh, jeez. There's a lizard over here. Doesn't I want to see? Is that lizard dead? Or is he just playing dead? He must be dead. Anyways, life experience teaches even when people get hurt and dead. So I tried my best so far to take care of my kids, and really heroic feats to get and grow an income out of nothing that I just invented. Healthy, normal people admire that, but apparently our government looks down on it, including a psychologist. Oh, there's a lizard hanging out right there, but he ran off.
Because of me?
Yeah. Okay, go over there with the boys and see.
Look.
Go put that over by your stuff. And then go over by the boys and we'll see if that lizard comes back out. You know, there's a reason why we believe that they're intentionally have set up a system to intentionally hurt us, because somehow they're feeding off of hurt people. And what I've experienced here just further confirms to me that that is the case. So now my children will have the opportunity to firsthand learn about this system, and they're actually going to be more likely to hear what I'm saying. And they've learned now. Oh, look, the boys are waiting for you over there. You should go check it out. My kids have learned now that to get what you want, you just lie. My ex has been paying them to lie. So he's getting them addicted to money and stuff. Like, he's, you know, a nightmare of totally brainwashed into the system, and then he's getting them brainwashed into that same system. So they're going to suffer a lot. It's a very painful road. But they're human beings on this planet, and they're here to experience it, and I don't have the right to stop their experiencing of it. I think we can enjoy this planet a lot more if we don't get entangled and caught up in all this nonsense. But they fought really hard to get caught up into this nonsense. They fought really hard to get away from me, a person that was protecting them from it. And I was actually setting up our lives so they had a very super chill life where they didn't have to bust their butts. And they could, you know, pursue their interests easily and smoothly. And they chose a hard road. They chose a really hard road because my ex is a liar, and he's shoveling out the cash right now, but this battle's almost over, and that well is going to run dry. And if it doesn't run dry right this minute, as soon as this court is over, it'll run dry in the very near future, if it hasn't really already, to be honest. And the ex gets to learn what it's like to take care of little kids for real, hopefully, because he has taken advantage of and used many, many women and not appreciated the enormous efforts that they've made to raise children that he impregnated them with. So that's a great and wonderful opportunity for him, and I get to have a well-deserved break. I was blessed that the psychologist confirmed that I display symptoms of having Addison's disease, which is what I've told them that I'm very in danger of getting. Well, according to him, I have it. Okay, that's great. That's why I'm tired. That's why I've lost it sometimes, and like way overstretched thin, I'm not able to accomplish things that normal people are able to accomplish because I don't get any breaks, and then my body flips out, and it makes me take a break, right? But then I can't recuperate like fully. So now I'm going to be able to do the things that I need to do to fully recuperate, so that when I am around my children, which I will have my time with my children, I have done nothing actually wrong. Then I'll have this like super mega awesome energy to be able to have the loads of fun with them that I want. So I already knew. Nice. Getting all muddy. I already knew. Like you never know, but like I knew that I know the system. I'm not an idiot. Mud bath, love it. Super cool. Okay, just a minute. Cool. Okay, wash your hands in that puddle over there. I know the system. I'm an idiot. I was pretty much already knew what the psychologist was gonna decide. Like, the system wasn't broken. There's no way in the world they'd give my kids to this dude. Like, it's literally comical, right? But it's broken, and I know it's broken. And I knew he was gonna get them. I was actually afraid that the psychologist was gonna say, like, if he really truly saw the reality of the situation, he would say, no way in the world, this guy shouldn't even be left alone with kids, period. Much less for substantial amounts of time. Well, he did not do what healthy people would do, which is not leave children with a lunatic. He said they should be with him primarily. So, like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? Because I have kids that need to be safe, but I also am exhausted and have this disease that makes me extremely sick, which is a disease you get from being around narcissistic people over long periods of time, or let's say stressful situations over long periods of time. Narcissists stress you out constantly. I got it from him and the other narcissists in my life. Too much stress. So, okay, that's fine. It's just my body telling me, hey, yo, yeah, I'm making a video. I love that mud so much. Wow. That was great mud.
That's how much we like it.
Awesome. You guys are going to destroy all your clothes. It's a good thing we're going home tomorrow. So, of course, the psychologist couldn't fathom why in the world I wouldn't want to take drugs. Okay, well, there's two camps, I realize. There's the drug yourself into compliance camp, and there's the honor yourself and what your body's trying to tell you to do.
It is.
And follow that guide. What if you take your clothes off so you don't get your clothes completely muddy?
On my window, my underwear?
Yeah, just your underwears. Okay, so put your clothes over here so you don't get completely destroyed. And I'm going to do over here so I can finish my video so it's not so noisy, okay? And then I'll come over here. I think it's still going. Yeah, it's still recording. So yeah, well, I'm going to honor myself. I'm going to listen to my inner guidance, and my body is my greatest guide. It's not sick. It's just that's my body's way of telling me what I need. Okay, and the longer I have to go without listening, the worse the screaming signals get. I don't know how long the ex is going to last with the kids. It's possible that he gets his shit together, he learns, he gets better. He's able to sustain it by balancing things out, by hiring help, like I've told him a million times. But he's actually cheap, and he just wants to accumulate money in a bank. Like, his dream is just to have him, like, millions of dollars sitting in a bank. Like, just to look at it, I guess. So, okay, now I just went off ready. I knew the psychologist was going to make this terrible decision. And, so I brought my kids in, well, first of all, the ex had put them in schools over by his house, which he was not supposed to do, but he did it anyways. Psychologist said don't, did it anyways. Obviously, the psychologist doesn't give a crap that this guy's totally ignored him. I told him the same thing, did it anyways. So, fine, whatever. But when the kids came back to me, which of course they only given back to me because the little boys are really hard to take care of, and I needed to help him because he needed the help. So I took them and did not put them in the school by my house because the school by my house is a freaking joke. And I, of course, was not going to drive my kids all the way over to the Texas community because it's very far from my house. And I just knew that I didn't know if, I just want to have fun with my kids, knowing that psychologists might make a very stupid decision. Love it. Keep going over there and getting more dirt on you.
It was so great.
Rub it all over you. Let's see. What do you got? Oh, yeah.
It's cold.
It's amazing clay. You know you're going to have to wash that all off, though, right?
Yeah.
And the water's cold?
Yeah.
So, just saying.
Holy
Okay,
crap.
let's get Yaku off Mommy.
Mommy, can you take this? I can't.
Oh, dear. Where's your underwears? You're supposed to keep your underwear on. You're fully naked. I guess it's a good thing we're in a
Mommy,
semi...
Get this off.
Second.
Get this
Okay,
off.
I'm going to
I mud it.
get Yaku off Mommy.
I got mud on it.
Okay, this is obviously not working out as planned. I wanted privacy, man.
Mom, get off this.
I wanted privacy, man.
Who,
So I
man?
could talk in my video.
Yeah.
Okay, put your stuff right here.
Fun.
I'm gonna take my stuff off too.
You're gonna get
Can
in
you?
too?
No, I'm not getting that on me. I should probably, but I'm not. Oh, I thought that was liquid. Oh, can you not move like that?
Muddy. Not my shirt. Yeah, my
Lift
shirt.
up your arm. Okay, pull your hand out. There you go.
Now my shirt.
Oh, are you sure? Okay, you can pull that off though. You're capable.
But I'm muddy.
It's okay. You're muddy with the other clothes too. You're no less muddy now than you were 2 seconds ago with the other, look, there's cute people over there. We are like completely filthy at this point. We've been camping for like 7 days. So what I wanted to do is just leave with my kids to explore months ago when I got them back. But I had no money, and I had to get caught up on my house payment and other bills. And I had to pay the psychologist. Thank goodness my ex paid for most of that, because he's a freaking idiot for fighting me. He's gonna regret it. Like, the kids are gonna end up hating him. Like, he is a jerk. I divorced him for a friggin' reason. So it's gonna be really good. I just hope people survive in one piece. And now I'm gonna finally get the breaks that my ex was. This whole thing is actually really about him trying to trap me and punish me for taking time to take care of myself, because I don't deserve breaks. I'm just a woman. I'm a dog. I'm a slave. I'm a whore. And of course him getting in the way of anything that helps me in any way, shape, or form. And if I'm not gonna be his free slave, keeping his kids here so he can see him the 1 hour when he gets off work, so he'll get off at like 8 o'clock at night, and then maybe see the kids for 1 hour before he goes and does the same exact thing. So the kids are supposed to never leave Utah, so he gets to see them 1 hour each night. Like, the whole thing's ridiculous and completely comical and selfish. But now I will get my breaks, and then I'll get my time with my kids fully rested, which is all I want. I want to be a good mom, and I need help to be able to be that. That's what my body is telling me. That's what my inner guidance is telling me. So I could be of the camp of drug myself into compliance, not listen to my body, force myself to keep doing this, and just be drugged. Not really be happy, not really be healthy, just be pretend happy and healthy because I'm high as a friggin' kite. Zombie. Or I can honor my body and I can go, have the breaks that my body's telling me that I need. And so I can actually be a real human and live. The full embodiment of who I am and who I was meant to be, which right now I'm not. Right now I'm a zombie. I've had my kids for 4 months straight now with no break. And well, with the exception of like a couple of days in December. And I'm definitely feeling it. I'm just like all the symptoms of adrenal fatigue are just kicking my butt. However, way less than when I was at my sickest. So I came out of like the super sickest that I've ever been back to feeling like a 100% normal human being by honoring my needs. I did not drug myself. I fed myself. I did fun, joy-filled things that bring me personal joy. I slept a lot. I fasted. I nourished with amazing things. And then I kept doing that, and I felt so much better. And I had to leave my house to be able to do that, because in my house, my kids 24/7 asking for stuff, 24/7 fighting. I cannot rest in my house. So these people are like, "You're traveling a lot." It's like, yeah, ding dong, I have to leave. My kids are freaking nuts. They're normal human being kids, but they won't let me rest. They're like, and the ex never let me rest either. But of course, kids are naturally narcissistic. It's what they're supposed to be, and the ex is an adult narcissist. So it's like having just a bunch of little kids with no adults, and I'm the only adult. Like, it fried me. 17 years of this, literally, at this point. So yeah, guess what, people in my life? It's not rocket science. The only way I can truly sleep and rest is leave. And all that noise of the city and the expense of it, there's nothing restful in that place for me. I have to go to nature and hopefully deepen in nature where it's free and where it's silent, because my nerves are completely fried. And that's the only way I can recuperate my energy and my health. And my life depends on it. So for those of you that don't care about my health or my life, I don't actually care about what you care about. I don't. And if you came out of me and that's how you treat me, then you don't deserve to have me as your mother. And like, what you have to say or think is completely 1000% irrelevant to me. The only thing that's relevant to me is people that care about my well-being and people who truly care about me. And those are the only people that are going to be allowed in my life. From now on, I'm doing my best with my little kids because they don't know any better. But my older kids, they totally screwed up and helped this criminal abuser abuse me more. They lied for him. And they've chosen this really screwed up path. So I hope they come out of it, and people tell me they will. But will or not, whatever. It's your life. I gave it to you. You're welcome. I did my best. I endured abuse for you for as long as I possibly could. And the only reason I left him, even though there was a lot of things I didn't like, was because when I started to do the things that I needed to do to get healthy, he was doing everything in his power to stop me. I watched him as he got more and more aggressive with his torment as I got better and better at ignoring him. He gets off on hurting people and on seeing people hurting. I clearly saw this with my own 2 eyes, which was just so clearly defined for me one day in particular, about a week before I left for Missouri. And that's the day that it all culminated and became enormously clear to me that this guy he gets off on hurting me, and he won't let up until he sees me hurting, because his intention is to hurt. His heroine is pain. His heroine is to see people cry, but his heroine is also to get away with it, meanwhile looking completely innocent. He is a covert narcissistic personality disorder person from my own observation, discernment of dealing with this person for 17 years. I didn't even know that term until well after our divorce. But when I read the description of what that is, it fits him to the T. So, you know what? You want to keep helping him, a criminal lunatic? Go for it. Stay away from me. You're not welcome in my life. Because anyone that trusts and helps criminals, well, they are criminals themselves, and they are going down a path, a criminal path. They're helping evil in the spiritual war of good and evil. And do I have proof of this war and all this? No. How am I supposed to have proof of something that you can't see and you can only feel? But I certainly have felt it and experienced it from the inside out. And I'm not trying to convince anyone of any single thing. But this spiritual war to me seems pretty freaking clear and obvious what's going on here. And I'm tired of these mentally ill, demonic, fear-filled, psychopathic, paranoid, addicted, totally unbalanced people infiltrating and controlling my life. I know how to live without all that, and it's pretty freaking great. Okay, so I've been fighting to liberate myself from that for the past 3 years, and I tell you, these people will fight like the lunatics that they are to keep you in a dysfunctional, unhealthy situation. But you can peacefully remove yourself. And if they want to take your kids and give them to lunatics, well, welcome to your karmic plate, okay? Because you're building that. Like, this psychologist is gonna have to live what he's putting my children through. And what he's put who knows how many countless of children through. Because the court thinks he has the children's best interests in mind. And his training, unfortunately, wants to keep people sick, wants to keep kids sick, and he doesn't even realize this. So he's blindly following training that is keeping kids sick, and he can't even see that the kids that come to him are not actually ever getting better. So it's pretty sad. But we live on this planet where this is going on, and I had babies with this human being that's broken, and that was my bad. And if I could say the solution to this for anyone out there is don't make babies with people until you're 1,000,000% sure they're mentally healthy, stable, where you're at and what you want and how you want to raise your kids, human beings. I was so lonely that I settled for this guy and just believed his word on, oh, I'm so great and I'm all these things and I love nature like you love nature and I love all manner of natural things. Well, I should have been like, okay, well, let's take the time to observe you and see if what you're saying is actually true. No, I dated him for a very short period of time. He was perfectly behaved and great during that time. And then the second that marriage license was signed, he broke stuff. Why didn't I go get a annulment? I should have. I didn't even know that was a thing. If you don't know it's a thing, you can actually get out of your marriage as though it never happened legally, ASAP, as soon as you see something sketch. And you should do yourself a favor. Otherwise, tie your freaking tubes, make yourself sterile. Because you're going to be giving abusers babies for them to abuse, and those babies might become bully abusers themselves. And the chain of pain continues because you are lonely and you need to be with somebody. Like, why are we even lonely anyways? What's the big friggin' deal? Oh, you'd rather be tortured by a lunatic than be in peace and tranquility of yourself? Of your delicious, awesome, fun self. Do you know how fun it is to be alone? You gotta do what you want, when you want, eat what you want. Oh, boo-hoo, well, you say that because you are this and that and the other, and I'm so lonely. No, you're not lonely. You're being a friggin' idiot. Okay? You're just not choosing to put your mental focus where it makes sense. And instead of whining about not having some perfect version of what you think you'd like, focus on the reality of probably what you're going to get is a freaking lunatic, because the majority of the people on the planet are pain in the freaking A. They are. Like, a lot of them are broken. This is the time where good is called bad and bad is called good. It is a messed up time, period. And no, this has not always been this way on this planet. This has culminated to this point where there's some really good people, but there's few. And there's a bunch of, like, messed up, broken people that maybe they're good, but they're pain in the, some of them are good, but they're pain in the freaking butt. And they're gonna torture you with their complaining and their fears and their paranoia. And maybe you're all these things yourself. I used to be these things. I brought myself out of it. Cherish how delicious it is to be alone. It's the most amazing thing ever. Like, I'm sitting here talking in this video. It's exhausting to me. Like, I have to just be in silence, saying absolutely nothing. And just relishing the deliciousness of having my mind shut up, my everything shut up, and just listening to that delicious water flowing down the river and just sleeping and enjoying it, or going on a really hard hike and just enjoying the natural hormone drugs that are released in perfect doses by your body. There's so many things that are just absolutely delicious, but we're gonna torture ourselves with lunatics because we are lonely. You're never alone. You always have your guides and your angels and all the beautiful nature around you. There's a reason why they make you afraid of nature. Statistically, you're more likely to be killed by your own parents, by your own siblings, by your own family, in your own freaking house than like any other thing. The top killer is the medical system, including this psychologist that just gave a lunatic my kids. Okay? So nature killing you, I don't even think it's on there. I didn't even see it on the list, okay? So you dying in nature only happens if you're like completely moronic. And I don't think the majority of people are idiots. Go be in nature. It cleanses you. It clears your head. It rejuvenates you in the most delicious ways, so long as when you're in the nature, you're not over there being afraid of made up stuff. Wild animals are afraid of you. The most craziest things on this planet are humans. Humans are the ones that we need to be afraid of, not wild animals. I've been in nature gazillions of times, and all wild nature has done is run away from me or sit there. Which of course it can trust me, because I have no ill intent. But it never has just like randomly attacked me. Never. Not once. Not even moose, bears, antelope, buffaloes, elk. They just sit there and eat and do their thing. Snakes, rattlesnakes. They're little and they just sit there and you just walk well around them, keep calm, don't go encroaching into their space like a bunch of morons, and they'll leave you alone too. If they don't feel threatened by you, they're not going to do anything to you the majority of the time. And keep your smelly perfumes off you. If they smell Cheetos or something delicious, they're going to want to eat you because it's yummy. That's why you eat it, because it tastes good. I mean, not really that good, but you know what I mean. Strong smelling stuff might attract an animal to think you're food. So use some common sense. So I don't know what to bring this video. My brain's completely fried, total brain fog. But I wanted to end my trip with a video of my darling boy's boots over there all muddy, and they're over there just filled and covered with mud, having the funnest party of their life, and hopefully they survive the next few months with Dad. We're going to root that he's going to get healthy and better. He fought so hard to get his boys, even though he could have just, we could have talked about this in mediation and done this for thousands of dollars less. But, smart people are just not smart. So thousands of dollars were spent just because I want him to take some anger management classes and stuff. And he wouldn't just volunteer to do it when I asked him to. So hopefully now the court will be like, okay, go do this to make, sure Mom feels, like the kids are going to be safe. And then he can take his part. Thank you, Jesus. Do his part. And I can go do my thing and relax and rest and recuperate so that maybe eventually I can get my website, kicking it, and maybe get some real videos going instead of just these rambling videos of I don't even know because I don't listen to them, and I hope it has some good nuggets in there for people to benefit from. But this is what healing looks like. This is what it looks like to heal from narcissistic abuse and to deal with it. And there's a lot of them out there, and it's not just people that like to take selfies. If you look at my ex's Facebook, he hardly has nothing on there. I don't even know why, but this is, he's a shy narcissist, but he's extremely self-obsessed. He's super paranoid and just constant drama and exhaustion that comes from this guy. And he will never admit he's wrong on anything, so that's why he wouldn't get help with his anger problems. He won't even admit he has them. So it's just always exhausting drama. And I just wanted to share what it looks like to heal from emotional psychological abuse. I healed from it the first time, and I didn't document it because I didn't even exactly know I was healing. And then I healed, and I was like, oh my God, I feel like a human being again. Like, I'm not dying. I didn't die, and I'm not dying. I'm thriving. So I'm going to continue to make videos because I'm not well yet. And I'm confident I'm going to get there. So it's going to be really good. And you can see how you can do the same thing for yourself. Okay, so peace out. Love y'all. And go do something that brings you joy. Mwah.